me tell you a story. Over there is a 4-star hotel. There it is. The Tickled Trout. At the moment, it's full of Afghans. Now, the government have asked all social media, like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all them lot, to censor anybody filming them kind of hotels where, in brackets, migrants are. Now, why do I say migrants in brackets? Because they're fucking illegals, that's why. Illegals. Not migrants, not refugees, not fucking asylum seekers. Illegals. Get it? Now, a migrant is somebody who comes here or goes from the country legally. An immigrant who comes to this country is legal. Now, refugees do not come halfway across the fucking world through numerous countries to claim refugee status. So they are illegals, full stop. Now, you've got all the lefties in this country. Oh, we welcome them, the poor sods. Oh, they got. Well, let's get real. This country has roads that are fucking shit. Hence why I've no wing mirror there, as you previously saw. Of course, the roads are that fucking shit. Now, I'm going to have a good pop here at Preston Council. Just during the week, they posted that they support an independent state of Palestine. Okay, I'm not going to argue over that. What I am going to argue over is, what the fuck has it got to do with Preston Council? Every person who lives in Preston has to pay council tax. And we pay council tax for our services to make sure our roads are safe. But as you can see, they're not fucking safe. These fucking idiots, they live in cuckoo land. But have you noticed, not one of these lefty arseholes houses any of these immigrants or illegals. Not one of them. Yet they expect the rest of us to pay for it. Oh, sorry, I don't want to pay for anybody else. I'd rather pay for my own kids. I'd rather pay for my hometown to get decent roads again. I'd rather pay to see the people of Preston benefit, to get rid of homelessness. You walk through Preston, you've got beggars on the streets, and a lot of them are genuine beggars. They've got mental health issues, they need help. Some are veterans who have fought for this country, served. I watched a video last week of this kid on a fucking shit heap in Gaza, scrounging for food, and all the time there were people in the background walking past, looking healthy. So my question is, what kind of a human being walks past a fucking kid who's starving, you don't. You stop, you help that kid. At least we do in this country. Well, I hope we do. So, there's the BBC making a big thing of it. And I just like, what the fuck is wrong with this world? What the fuck is wrong with the mainstream media? What the fuck is the agenda? And I keep going back to 40 years ago when I first learnt of Agenda 21. And fuck me, it has unfolded. The country's on the verge of riots, civil unrest. And it's by design. They want it. Which goes to the big question. Why are most of these so-called illegals of fighting age and young men? Why? Well, according to Agenda 21, they're going to be United Nations troops. Because no English troops will shoot on English people. I think the lessons were learned in Northern Ireland. Anyway, we're just going down what's called Stanley Street. My dad was born in a house along here somewhere. Yeah, my dad were English. Which, I'm going to come back to this migrant refugee shit. My dad was born in Preston, in this street. He emigrated to South Africa and Rhodesia. And I won't put pressure on him and whatever. So we came to this country in 1973. We weren't allowed fucking nothing. Couldn't get benefits, nothing. So, am I bitter? Yeah. Come to this country with nothing, get nothing. Of course, we were the wrong race, the wrong colour, the wrong religion, the wrong human being. The wrong country we came to. They don't look after their own here, they look after fucking idiots. Now, I'm going to make a point here. All you lefties, why do you lock your doors at night? Oh, that's right, to feel safe, innit? You don't feel safe from your own fucking countrymen. Yet you want to fucking allow fucking idiots in the country who you don't know, who are now stabbing people, fucking raping people. Like that little lad in fucking Ireland got gang raped. Yes, a little lad. Now, I'm not saying all of them are like that, but there are. Just like there are in this country already. You know, fucking pedos, rapists, murderers. Yeah, you want to add to it. You're off your head. You're not right in the head. So yeah, and because I question where my money goes, I'm called far right. I enjoyed that pint of Guinness in Sean's pub, the Vinyl Tap. If you're ever in Preston, give it a shout. So, getting back to you, let me tell you a story. Well, once upon a time there was this Blixen called Robert Gabriel McGarby, or known as Uncle Bob the Blixen. So, what did he do? Well, he screamed and screamed and screamed that the blacks in Rhodesia were hard done to, that the white colonialists were bastards, and he wanted his independence. So rather than go through a peaceful process, he decided to go through an armed struggle, because that's him. The vicious fucking bastard, that's what he is. So the armed struggle starts. Thousands got killed. Eventually he gets his own way, gets his own country, calls it Zimbabwe. As soon as he gets it, he's not happy. That bloodthirst he has, he decides to massacre the Matabele. Estimates were between 20 to 30,000 he killed and massacred, simply because they were from a different tribe. Now, Uncle Bob was a Marxist communist, and he ran the country to shit where it is now, from the breadbasket of Africa to the second poorest country in the world. Now, the first thing Uncle Bob did was get rid of the farmers. Give that land to the veterans of his armed struggle. The same veterans who didn't know how to farm. So, what was the result? Oh, you guessed it. People started to starve. Oh, does it remind you of food banks in this country? Does it remind you that in the 1960s, Lancashire, of which Preston is part of, was self-sufficient in farming? Now, through Mr. Marx's Starmer's brain, he decides if a farmer dies, his kids have to pay a 20% inheritance tax. Tax, tax, tax. So, yeah, it pisses me off, because I've seen my country, Rhodesia, turn into a fucking shithole because of a Marxist bastard, and now I'm seeing England do it. Where England has homelessness, England has food banks because people can't afford to buy food. Yet the Marxist piece of shit, oh, we can let more people in and pay for them. I.e., what he means is we all have to pay for them. while we all are struggling. Don't make sense, does it? But it does if you're a commie fucking Marxist piece of shit. Yeah, I don't like them. Now, I'm going to say something now which is going to blow a lot of people's minds, because so far I'm sounding like it's a far right conservative right winger, yeah? Oh no, my roots are in socialism, are in trade unions. I saw what Mrs. Thatcher did to this country. Smashed the trade unions. And she did. Company I work for, Goss printing presses, we went on strike for more pay. Margaret Thatcher didn't want to know. All the MPs in the Northwest wanted an audience with Margaret Thatcher to discuss it. The trade unionists wanted to meet her. No, she didn't want to know. Why? Well, plain and simple. Things didn't add up, so the MPs and the unionists got together and forked out money for a private investigator. What the private investigator uncovered is how this country is fucking run. So, what did he uncover? Well, Margaret Thatcher didn't want to know about the working people of Goss Printing Press, because Goss Printing Press was a subsidiary of Rockwell International. And at the time, Rockwell International was manufacturing cruise missiles, the MX cruise missile. And who just happened to have shares in it but Margaret Thatcher? Don't make sense to me. You know, if you want something in this world, you got to pay for it, unless you're a privileged fucking Rupert. But anyway, why should I pay for fucking some motherfucker else when I need a proper road so I can drive on or ride on? Now, here's another 4-star hotel, and look at the state of the road outside it. Yeah, this is a state of Britain. It's a third world country with its roads, run by a Marxist twat. And when I talk about McGarvey or Starmer, I see no difference. One's black, one's white. They are both bliksome bastards. I don't distinguish between the two. So when it comes down to race, I have friends who are black, I have friends of colour, and I trust them more than I trust the majority of whites. Yet, because of my views, some fucking arseholes will call me a racist. How many of them motherfuckers have seen a black guy get his brains blown out when you're 9-year-old living in a town called Brinchen, where there was a curfew every night at 8 o'clock? The black guy was running past me when a copper shot him right through the fucking head. And you're calling me a racist? You need to wake up, and if you walked in my shoes, you would know that every human being on this planet is a human being. And we all deserve the right to live. But we all deserve the right to say where our money goes. I would rather see my money went to my kids for a future and other English people, or because I live in Preston, in the Preston Council, which I was ranting on about before, I'd rather pay for the people of Preston and make it Proud Preston again. So, end of rant.